Your degree is just a piece of paper. Your education is seen in your behavior. Hi, my name is Faizullah Musleh, and today we are going to talk about present perfect tense. We will talk about usages, structure, and how to make examples for this tense. Now, let's begin with the usages, and there are examples, but we will make more examples when I draw the structure. Now, the first usage of present perfect tense. This tense shows an action which was completed in the past, but the time was not specific or clear. Like we say, I have written a book, or I have written a grammar book, or I have visited, for example, Kabul. Okay. When the time is not clear, we use present perfect tense. And here is, I have written a grammar book. We can use that verb of time like before. Okay, if I say I have written a grammar book before, it means I've been writing a lot of English books, so I don't remember when I wrote my grammar book. So I say before. Or when you finish a book recently, you say, oh, I have written a book recently. When you finish an action or something you do recently or lately, you use recently. And when you have done something before other things, or before it comes to present, you say, I have already, for example, I have already eaten my lunch. Okay, like this. And this is usage number one. The second usage, it shows an action which is started in the past and comes to present. It is started in the past, it has continuation, it means it was ongoing, it comes to present, but it may go or may not go to future. For example, he has studied English for 6 years. He has studied English for 6 months. Now, when I say he has studied English for 6 months, now this action was started in the past. It's 6 months ago. And we use since and for in this usage. For shows the duration, for how long, or the length, how long this action was happening or happened for. And we use since for the starting time of an action. It shows when the action started. Like, we have lived in Kabul since 2000. It means 2000, the year 2000. We have lived in Kabul since 2000. Now, 20 years or 21 years ago, this action started. We can use these adverbs too, like since morning, since last year, or for since 7 months ago. We can use these. And the third usage, it shows an action that has been done more than once. Now, when actions happens in a series or more than one time, we say we use present perfect tense for that. Like, I have failed 3 times. Now, failing has been done 3 times. I have failed 3 times, or they have visited here several times. It means they visited 1, 2, 3, 4, more than that. Now, when an action is done more than once, we use present perfect tense in that too. It has 2 other usages too, but I will tell you after the structure. Now, how to make sentences for present perfect tense. The structure is subject plus have slash has plus verb 3, means the third form of the verb, and plus complement, which completes the sentence. Subject, have and has. Why we have and has? Why we use have and has? Because if the doer of an action, or if our subject is I we, you, they. I'll write it here. I, we, you, and they. If they are the subject, we use have after we used one of them. And if he, she, it is the subject, we use has for that. He, she, it. For these, we use has. Now this is the structure, the positive structure or affirmative structure of present perfect tense. Now let's make example for this and we will continue. Example number 1. For example, I used we. Then what should I use? Have. Why? Because I said before that with he, she, with I, we, you, they, we use have. This is the rule. We have, and we should use third form of the verb. Okay, a verb has 5 forms. We need to use the third form. For example, learn. Now learn, learned. It becomes learned. It can become learned too. But learn, both of them is correct. Both of them are correct. Whichever you want, you can use it. We have learned, for example, English. We can use, for example, recently. We have learned English recently. This is an example. And for this is the positive form. Now we can make it negative. And how to make it negative? Let's say the negative structure is subject plus have slash has plus not plus verb 3 plus complement. Now remember, verb 3 is used in all 4 forms. If it is positive, it's negative, or if it's question form, we always use third form of the verb. Now subject, what was our subject? Our subject is we. So we use it. We have. Why we use have? Because the subject is we. We have. Now according to the structure, we have not here. When not is in the structure, it comes right after the auxiliary verb have. We have not learned English. Have not learned English. For example, when I said recently, we have not learned English recently. This is the negative form of this positive sentence. And about question form, how do we do that? Now for question form, we use this structure. Have, has plus subject plus verb plus complement. This is the structure for question form of this structure, for question form of this sentence, or the sentence which is for present perfect tense. Now, how do we change this? We bring have at the beginning. Have. After have, what do we use? We use subject. What is our subject? We. Have we, then verb 3, sorry. Have we learned? Have we learned? And what's the complement? English recently. I didn't write recently there because there was no good space. So here I wrote it. Now, this is a question form. Have we learned English recently? This is a question form, and we can make it Negative interrogative, form 2. The structure is have slash has plus not plus subject verb compound. Question negative interrogative form, verb 3. Now what do we use? Have we learned English recently? This is negative interrogative form. Have we learned English recently? Mostly we do not use this, but when we want to emphasize on an action, we use negative interrogative form. It's like, have we learned English recently? Have we learned English recently? Now, when we want to approve that we learned this, or we ask people that when you learned English, you should speak it. When he cannot speak it, you say, haven't we learned English recently? That's it. And this is the structure for present perfect tense, and it's used, the other usage is that it's used with just. When an action immediately happens, we use just. For example, I say, I just finished the structure. This is a sentence for usage with just. I have just finished the structure. It means it is done immediately, but I don't want to mention the time. So I don't say that I finished examples or structure 1 minute ago or 2 minutes ago or 10 seconds ago. I don't write the time or don't say the time. I just say I just have finished the structure. Only just is used after the subject. This is the structure. We use just here. Subject plus just and the rest of the sentence. Rest of the structure that comes. We can also say we just have learned English. We just have learned English. Maybe this action finished, for example, a week ago, but you don't want to mention the time, so we use just with this. And it shows a past action which was done in the past, but the marks are still visible for us. Like if I say, I have written these examples. Now, they were written in the past, but you can see the mark still. Or if I say I have painted our house. Now, maybe we painted our house, for example, 3 months ago, but still the marks are visible. So we use this tense, present perfect tense for that. Okay, thank you everyone for watching, and I hope you learned something. If you have any question, you can ask me in the comment section, and have a nice time. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more English lessons. Have a nice time. Bye bye.